Hey there, everybody. Welcome to another edition of Comic Book Geezers. I'm your host, Pete. My co-host.
Hello again. I'm Wild Bill, the Unknown Comic. How's everyone doing?
Good, I hope. I hope everybody enjoyed the July 4th holidays. And
here we are in early July 2018. And now we're going to do female superheroes this episode.
Basically a part two. We did the She-Hulk a couple weeks ago, and you guys seem to really enjoy that. And we realized, hey, there's a lot more female hero characters in Marvel and DC that we kind of haven't touched on yet.
And then there's others that we did in Random Barbarians.
Yes.
Some female. So we're going to kick it off with Red Sonja.
Yeah. So
and she started in Conan.
Conan, 1972. Again, another Robert E. Howard creation. She actually debuted in a very kind of subtle way in issue number 23 of Conan. And
she's not on the cover.
She's not on the cover.
But she's on the inside.
But she's on the inside. And this is her first. There she is right there, announcing herself. And kind of looks a little different than what we would see her, later on. But this
she gets her own book.
Yeah, but
different artist.
But the first
artist in this book, by the way.
This is...
What do we got there?
Let's see. Barry Smith.
Oh.
This is one of the last of the Barry Smith drawn issues.
And he started Conan, Barry Smith.
Yes.
And then he changed his name. He used his middle name, Barry Windsor Smith.
Windsor Smith. Yeah, exactly.
Because he tried to become a professional artist, not a comic book artist.
Yeah.
Do stuff, and I guess it didn't pan out. He was more popular with comic book art.
Yep.
Is that what happened to him?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and he also did not like drawing superheroes.
No, he did. He was better at the Middle Ages kind of theme.
So they started to throw him into. I think he drew a couple of Avengers issues and some Daredevil, and he got really turned off by that. He really preferred doing stuff like Conan
and Gothic and ancient times.
Yeah, which is a shame that he didn't stick around long enough to actually go in and potentially draw the Red Sonja comics when she went off on her own.
Frank Thorne
so
took
she
over on that.
She would pop in on a bunch of Conan issues. Like I said, this is the first. This is actually worth a little funny story just before we get going here. This book and the one that follows, number 24, which she's actually very prominent in.
Through the roof.
They're through the roof. But Bill and I went to a Comic-Con down in New Jersey about a month or so ago.
Into April.
And there was a vendor there selling a whole bunch of old Conan books. I'm not going to say who it was. And I bought a whole stack from him, including this one, and this was well under $10. I don't think he knew what he had in his inventory when he was pricing these out.
That's the beauty.
It happens. You never know.
It's the beauty of buying comics when it's like a little treasure find. When you score a good deal, when you find a gem.
It's unusual because most comic vendors and
know
dealers,
what they have.
know what they
They're
have
up in the market. They know what's going on.
But he could have easily gotten $7,500 for this.
Wow. And that's a good book. That's in great shape.
It's in great shape.
What number is that?
This is number 23.
Yeah, I think I need
that. The debut of Red Sonja. So speaking of Red Sonja, so we've showed some of these before.
Well, yeah, these books we showed in our Random Barbarians episode, but we'll show them again because of the theme of female heroes. Red Sonja, this is issue number 2.
Marvel feature.
And this is Frank Thorne as the artist. And this is 1970, what does that say, 76?
76.
76.
So question for you. So was Marvel feature number 1 also with Red Sonja, do you know?
I believe so,
okay,
yes.
Gotcha.
I don't have it, though. This is the oldest. I have the 2 through 7. And this is issue number 3. I recently acquired these earlier this year. Number 4 was the only one in my collection as a teenager. Yeah, and this is a great cover. And Frank Thorne has some really good quality artwork throughout his books. He really is right in the same league with Barry Smith. Really great Gothic, Middle Ages style artwork. And you can see even this cover.
Yeah,
I love this cover,
man.
A great one. He just really can deliver. Frank Thorne is a great artist.
So Conan always had a thing for Red Sonja, but to my knowledge, nothing ever happened between them in the comics.
And they used to clash.
Yeah,
and especially in the Conan books, they were both going for some jewels.
Yeah, they were both kind of thieves because she was a thief. She was all out to go get the treasures.
And speaking of going for the same jewel, this issue here, they both kind of get to the treasure at the same time and kind of duke it out, and they kind of come to a truce basically. So this is the end of Red Sonja. For our female heroes. Moving right along, another great character is called the Cat. And this is issue number 1. And the artist is Maurice Severin and Wally Wood. And this, I believe, started in 1973 or 72. This might be 72. I'm not exactly sure. I didn't write the year down. But look at her costume. That's all I'm going to say. So issue number 4, this is Jim Starlin artwork on the inside. I think the Cat went 6 issues. But these are the only 2 I have.
Recognize that villain, folks.
So I want to, again, look at the... This is 1973, this book. And I think this came out bi-monthly. So, again, I want to drive the point home that the Cat came out in 1973. But look at her costume for you. I'm making a point here. Look familiar? This guy, when he first came out, Wolverine, it's like... The Cat, by the way, changed her name. She became... Tigra, excuse me. Tigra. So, the costume, her costume changed.
Clearly influenced the Wolverine creation.
And this is the original Wolverine costume when he came out in 1974 in classic Hulk 180 and 181.
If you look at his costume on the cover of the 181, even looks closer to that.
To this.
Than this does.
Correct, right? But, yeah.
Because he didn't have the big wings on the face, the helmet.
On the helmet, yeah.
On the helmet in that issue of the Hulk.
Yeah, he's got more bigger ears on this costume. Yeah. But I pulled this to emphasize the colors. It's almost like a mirror image, you know, with the exception of his red belt in this cover. But it's the same costume, I say. But I don't really care. I just wanted to show it. You know, we're comic book nerd geeks.
Good observation. We notice stuff like that.
Nothing gets by me.
So Bill mentioned the character.
She changed names.
I forget what her name was. Greer Green, something like that. So anyway, she went through some kind of scientific transformation, and lo and behold, she then transforms from the Cat into Tigra the Werewoman in Giant-Sized Creatures #1, featuring everyone's favorite Werewolf by Night. Okay, Jack Russell. And the funny thing is, as a werewolf, he gets a total crush on Tigra, and Tigra, you know, she has her full faculties of her human form when she's Tigra.
Yeah, she's not an animal.
She's not an animal, and she's not liking his advances. They fight together against like, Hydra here.
Keep away.
Keep away. So this became very popular, this issue right here in the characters. So then they launched her in the Marvel Chillers.
He was kind of a bugaboo to her.
Bugaboo, yeah. She was kind of like, she's like, get away.
Take a hike, buddy.
So here's her debut in her own series in Marvel Chillers. Okay. She would actually become a very popular character.
What number was that? 3?
That was number 3.
Were the first 2 with the vampire?
I believe so, yes.
With Tomb of Dracula's daughter, Lilith?
Lilith, or was it Mordred the Mystic? I don't remember. I'd have to look that up. But I have all the Tigra issues. She's fighting Kraven, okay, who we well know from Spider-Man fame.
Nice cover.
And here we've got her alongside Red Wolf. Another character we've covered before in our random barbarians and warriors and Indians episode.
Very good covers.
And here he is again. Kind of a cool character. I wish they would have done more with him. And then the final issue of Marvel Chillers with Tigra. Also with Red Wolf and also with the Super Skrull.
He's a villain of Captain Marvel, right?
Captain Marvel and the Fantastic Four as well. In fact, he has the powers of all the individual members of the Fantastic Four.
That's not good.
No, not good at all.
So
Tigra would actually go on to join the Avengers, and she hung out with the Fantastic Four, and I believe it was a later run of the Defenders. She did a lot of stuff in teams afterwards, so she was continued to be a popular
Flipping over to DC Comics.
Yes, can't do a show like this without Supergirl, right?
This is issue number 9, and this is the only Supergirl in my collection.
So that's what, early 70s?
Probably 72 or 73. It's a 20-cent book. I'm going to guess and say maybe 73.
Let's look at her costume. That's one of the older costumes that they...
It's a great cover, though.
Yeah, it is.
You know. Another DC character, this is the only one I have, Black Orchid. And she's kind of like a Batman character. She's fighting crime. She's got that cape. She jumps out of windows and can glide. This title had different characters that appear. The next issue, I believe, after this is the debut of the Spectra when he came into this book.
So that's just Adventure. Is that
Adventure Comics, I believe it was called.
Gotcha.
Adventure Comics Presents.
Okay, so it's kind of like a Marvel Presents or a Marvel Premiere.
But the Spectre took over for like another 8 to 12 issues after that. Moving right along with Female Heroes, a classic one I wanted to show off was the Black Widow. This is Amazing Adventures. It started with the Inhumans, and I think they ran for like maybe the first 6 to 8 issues with the Inhumans before they flipped over to the Beast, which might be the early teens. I think 14 or 13 is when the Beast took over.
Yeah, or maybe even 11, 12, something like that. Yeah, 11, 12, or 13.
So keep it in line with the Black Widow. She obviously was a fighting companion and girlfriend of Daredevil, Matt Murdock. And here's an example.
To my knowledge, she never had her own book, right?
Title, not that I'm aware of. No, she was always teaming up with other people.
Yeah, member of the Avengers.
But she was in Amazing Adventures, but she's also with Daredevil. The other one I showed before was like 1971.
Look at that cover.
Great. They got Spider-Man. That's why I pulled that out. And then other female heroes. Just for an example, I picked out Scarlet Witch.
Yep.
Obviously an Avenger. She also in Marvel team up with Spider-Man and Scarlet Witch. Another female hero in the Avengers was Moondragon, but here she is teaming up with Spider-Man and Doctor Doom. And this is Moondragon.
Vision and Scarlet Witch, who believe
at the time Scarlet Witch back down there.
Were married at the time.
Yeah, that's her husband. Yep, Scarlet Witch. Other female heroes is Tundra. Over here. She had a big crush on the Thing.
Originally a member of the Frightful Four. A really good character who was kind of like an honorary member of the Fantastic Four.
She kind of spoke like Hercules, too.
Yeah, a little bit.
I mean, she had the Greek Olympian kind of language.
Big, tall, strong.
And she was like that about the Thing, and she was turned on by the Thing, but he was like, I've got a girlfriend. Her name's Alicia. Will you leave me alone? Kind of like the exact opposite kind of story what Pete just mentioned before with Tigra and
Werewolf by
Night.
Yeah.
Here's another Fantastic Four issue with Medusa.
Yeah.
She was with the Inhumans.
Inhumans, yeah.
But she also stepped in Fantastic Four issues when Sue Richards kind of split from her husband, Reed Richards. Yes. So she kind of filled the female role in the Fantastic Four. And
then for a while, her and Tundra were both kind of honorary members of the Fantastic Four side by side.
Yep. And so Pete's going to take it over with...
So the last one we're going to cover today, so here's a character that debuted in Marvel in 1977 in Marvel Spotlight. They eventually gave her own book in 1979, talking about Spider-Woman.
When Spider-Woman came out, when I was a kid, I was like, oh, come on.
Yeah.
You know? What are you going to do next? You know, it's like I just felt like they were grasping...
But funny enough, the character was popular. Yeah, I never got it either.
I used to see this book on shelves in this newsstands when I was a kid and never had any interest in it whatsoever.
Yeah. I bought a bunch of them, which I'll show today. But honestly,
I was living in a paper bag, too narrow-minded.
But you know, again, you were freshly into Spider-Man, and it's like, why do a Spider-Woman? But that's what they did back then. They even gave her own TV show. The cartoon series, which is kind of crazy.
And I don't know what her superpowers are, but can she stick to walls?
I don't even remember. So here's the crazy thing. So I bought a bunch of
these. Would have named like Spider-Woman. Right?
You would hope so, right?
Yes.
But I don't know. Jessica Drew, I believe, was the name of her character. And she ran for 50 issues, and
that's quite a long run.
It is, yeah. And in the first volume here, she's fighting Werewolf by Night.
4 years and 2 months. 50 issues.
But I got to be honest with you, I bought these back in the day from the newsstand, and I haven't read them since, so I couldn't even tell you
what happens.
No, I probably should. But again, one of those kind of minor characters that same thing with the She-Hulk. We were both kind of like, some cool covers, some cool villains. Like the next one's
good artwork, but I don't know. Maybe they were trying to appeal to young girls to get them involved in comics. This would be a good character, I'm guessing. But it just didn't do it for me.
It's kind of neat against the Shroud.
But then again, when I was a teenager, I didn't have an allowance, so I was kind of strapped for cash. I already had a subscription to Iron Man, Spider-Man, and the Hulk, and then Daredevil. So
you can't buy everything, right?
That's exactly. You got to draw the line somewhere, unfortunately.
Yeah, and for me, it's one of those characters that really hasn't stood the test of time. Although she later appeared, I think she also was a member of the Avengers, and so her character has stayed around for many, many years.
So in conclusion, there'll probably be a movie about her someday, and then these books will be worth like $100,000.
You never know. So there's a few other characters we didn't touch on. We didn't touch on Gamora from Guardians of the Galaxy. We didn't bother with Sue Richards because we've done so many Fantastic Four shows before. There was a couple of others we mentioned earlier that we didn't touch on.
Yeah, but anyway,
we covered most of the major ones.
We could, on a short notice, we tried to whip it up for you and pull a few out.
The ones from the X-Men. So we got Storm and Jean Grey.
Yeah, I don't have any Phoenix, I don't think, in my X-Men collection. I'm not a big X-Men fan. Yeah. I've mentioned that before. But anyway, That's our edition of Female Superheroes. And I'm Wild Bill saying thanks again for being with us here on Comic Book Geezers, and come back and see us again real soon. Thanks.
I am Pete.
Thanks for watching,
Thanks for watching, guys. Have a good one.
All right,
See you
take
next
care.
time.
Bye-bye.